everybody, and welcome back this afternoon's broadcast of the Travis Tyson Memorial race. It is time for qualifying race B. Here shortly, we will be having another group of drivers, 24, I believe, in total, going head-to-head at Talladega Superspeedway, the 2.66-mile tri-oval, the largest oval on the NASCAR circuit. 28 laps will be the distance, 3 times tire wear, with group cautions, as well as, relaxed cautions, minimum 2 pit stops, and custom setups will be allowed for all teams. If you'll give me a moment, I will bring up the starting lineup here. Starting lineup will include B. Nizzi, Brinkerhoff 17, Sharp 24, that's Sharp with a C. Also included in this race will be Death Before Dishonor, Dan the Man, FRR MN Golf Pro, GTR Beatty, GTR Butters, GTR LL The Sauce, Glad Bump will be in this race as well. Stag Slayer, Fire Slayer, War Pig, Bad Martin, DC Cudmore, Dunlap Racing, Gunner 2431, it's Bob Drew, Higgy WX, Mike G 2338 in this race as well. Baseball Kid 78 and 99. I Shoot O will also be racing, as well as a couple guys who were supposed to be racing in the last race, but unfortunately missed the invite due to a miscommunication. GTRP Cola Gator, as well as GTR Jose Protege. Looking forward to get started with this second qualifying race. Like I said, it will be 28 laps long. Looking forward to seeing who can make their car run the fastest, run the farthest, who can work together well with whom, and we'll see who comes out on top. During the last race, we had a full run of Green Flag Racing, and a whole lot of fuel strategy being involved there as well. Had a couple guys work together pretty well, made their way up to the front. And it was the HRR boys who showed that they were strong, but it was Hick Ross that came out on top as we get set for racing. Invites are going out to the group as we speak. The field getting lined up, and as well as some rules and instructions. You'll see guys diving down below the double yellow line on the back stretch. They will be indicating that they will be making pit stops. They physically have to do that regardless of whether they are in the chat or not, the in-game chat. There's going to be 24, or there should be 24 guys entering this race. But as pretty much everybody knows, only 16 drivers will be allowed to run in the group chat. So the first 16 drivers in the group, all in the same broadcast, or all in the same booth. Couple guys to look out for. Glad Bump, I believe, is a pretty strong super speedway racer. He has shown quite a bit of speed in several other series, and I think that he's got a good shot to win this one. MN Golf Pro as well, Dan the Man. all pretty quick. I've heard a lot of good things about War Pig as well. Please pardon the bird in the background. He's getting anxious. He's a Hans Macaw, anxiously waiting for my wife, his favorite person, to come home. I am HDRS Canute 907. Shady Acres will be in here shortly, as I said. This all leading up to the main event at 7 p.m. this evening. A 100% distance, 300-mile Xfinity Series race. All drivers will be using this red Brandt Professional Agriculture number 7 Chevrolet Camaro. The final race will be 113 laps in distance total. It will have stages, while the qualifying race will not have any stages whatsoever. And the main difference between the qualifying races and the main event is that the main event will have, other than it being full distance and have stages, it will be 2 times tire wear. And the top 12 from this race will advance to the main event. Trying to see if I can find... I don't remember whether or not the official results were posted. From the first race. But like I said, 16 drivers will advance, and Hick Ross won the first race. For the main event tonight. Thank you all for joining us today. Again, I am HDRS Canute 907. This is Shady Acres' broadcast channel. Feel free to subscribe and click on that notification button. Click on that bell icon to get updates on when Shady uploads videos, goes live, and everything in between. Feel free to chime in and let us know who you think is going to win this afternoon's race, this afternoon's qualifying race. Again, the starting lineup for tonight's or this afternoon's race will be B. Nizzy, Brinkerhoff 17, Sharp 24, again that's Sharp with a C, Death Before Dishonor, Dan the Man, FRRMN Golf Pro, GTR Beatty, GTR Butters, GTR LL The Sauce, Glad Bump, Stag Slayer, Fire Slayer, War Pig, Bad Martin, DC Cudmore, Dunlap Racing, Gunner 2431, It's Bob Drew, Higgy WX, Mike G 2338, Baseball Kids 78 and 99. OI Shoot. Cola Gator, and GTR Jose Protege. Those last two. Unfortunately, there was a miscommunication. The original lobby that was started up for the first qualifier only ended. Excuse me. The first qualifier had to be restarted because somehow stages were included in the original race setup, so they had to restart the lobby. And unfortunately, those two drivers missed any re-invite or did not get an invite, so they will be running in this race along with the other 22 drivers. Again, this race being a 25% distance race, 28 laps long, 3 times tire wear. So fuel should run about 13, 14 laps max, maybe 15 if you can make it stretch in the draft. In which Heck Ross did make it last and was able to come out in front of everybody else and grab the win. Still waiting on invites for the race, as well as Shady Acres to join the broadcast here. As we get set to complete tonight's starting lineup for the Travis Tyson Memorial, the 300-mile, 113-lap race at Talladega Superspeedway. Hello there, Den Kate. Thank you for joining us. Tough luck there in the first qualifier. I feel really bad for you there. You looked like you had a good, strong car early on, and then unfortunately just ended up losing the draft and never really had a chance to recover. So hopefully you enjoy this afternoon's broadcast, as well as tonight's broadcast of the main event. Again, still waiting on Shady Acres to finish inviting people to the lobby and talking over how the race is expected to play out. And then he'll be joining us in the booth. Talladega Superspeedway was uh, Tra Travis Tyson's favorite track, as we all knew him as Travesty Son. And of course, we all know that this Brandt Chevrolet Camaro was his favorite car to run in the Xfinity Series. I believe he also ran it whenever he raced in the Cup Series as well. And here is Shady Acres. Den Kate says sauce for the win. What do you think, Shady?
Good evening, Canute. Good evening, and welcome back on up here into the booth for Group B of these entry races for the Memorial Race for Travis. I don't know who's going to win this thing, man. Honestly, I honestly don't know who's gonna win. We're getting. I think I got the join, so we're going to join on up here. Let me make sure we're good to go.
Yeah, don't forget to send me invites.
Oh, I will, my friend. I will. All right, let me go ahead and get on in here. He said, "Come on in." I'm gonna join on up. And let me go ahead and get you. I'm going to send you a couple of them like the last time, just in case.
All right.
So when you get the first one, just go ahead and join on in.
And here we go. Race already started. And we'll get in here as quickly as we can. Thank you all for joining us for this afternoon's broadcast of the Travis Tyson Memorial qualifying races. Again, this race 28 laps to decide who will get into the 300-mile Memorial Race. Top 16 finishers will advance.
Top 12.
Top 12. My mistake.
Yes, the top 12. Just like, and look at these guys. They're going after it. Right off of the bat, they're going to go 3 wide here. Look at this.
War Pig started out front, but he quickly falls back into the second spot. That's Bad 5 Martin RLR leading this race as they're going 3 wide coming off of turn 4, heading into turn 1 now.
Look at that. Isn't it cool? Look at the Red Barons all over this track, boy. You said who to pick to win. I'm not sure because there's just so many good drivers in here, man. Very experienced, talented drivers. There's a lot of guys from Cobra in this entry race from the Cobra Racing League that race together a lot, like Jose Protege and War Pig. Mike G and a couple other guys, the Sauce, WRX Mike, Baseball Kid. These guys are all very, very good drivers. Mucka from FRR in it as well, Dan the Man. There's just so many good names in here, man. I don't. You know what? Oh man, I'm not even sure. I can't. I tell you what, though, I guarantee the 7 car will win. How about that?
That's a fair call. And I just want to confirm: is that Sharp or is that Charp? CHARPE.
It's Sharp.
Okay, just thought I'd make sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He was leading that top line and he was almost shoved right up into the wall there. Good lucky save there. But he's going to fall right in line.
War Pig right there in that sucker hole. You know what? He is my captain in Cobra. I'm a member of Cobra this year. It's my very first year in Cobra. Those guys are awesome and great. And War Pig was what drafted me into Cobra this season. So I got to stick with my captain. I got to stick with War Pig.
Am I missing some guys? I'm only seeing 11 guys on the track at this time.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not sure what happened. I asked everybody in the chat, and I posted it quite often throughout the day to be sure to show online so I can get invites sent to everybody. And I even went offline to get some invites sent to the guys on the list, and these are the guys that were able to show tonight. So, it is what it is. We're going to race it, and the top 12 will advance to the main event.
Well, I guess that every single one of these guys that are in this race will end up advancing.
Yeah, you're right. We only have 11, so they will advance. That's okay.
Bad Five Martin falling out of the lead as that top line gets hooked up. This is the first time today that we've seen that work. Good to see that running. It gives us definitely something to talk about going ahead into tonight's 300 miler here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, they're running side by side. This is a show that we wanted to see, and this is what we wanted to see. These guys are, like we saw the first group that we saw in Group A, they kind of wanted to ride things out for a little bit, and they put on a show there towards the last half of the end of the race. These guys are just going to go at it. We're going to go too wide, and we're going to have a fun race here. And as you see, they got this top side working really, really well, sticking with it. And this top side might overcome. There's more cars on the top side now than the bottom.
Yes, there is. Now only 2 cars on the bottom as somebody takes it 3 wide. Trying to get there, see who that was. I think it was Sharp. Bob Drew leading on the bottom now. That's Warpig up top there. As this field now sorts out single file.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Mucka and Sauce, that they kind of lost the draft here and all the way in the back of the field. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but they're still hooked up. They're getting ready to come up to Dan the Man, who also lost the tail end of the draft. So they'll get together and have a 3-car pack to make some time up a little bit. And like we saw in that the first group, pit stops really mix things up. Pit stops really played a factor, and as you see these guys now running single file on the top line, they're just having a fun old time right now. But it's going to get interesting with the pit stops. It's going to really jumble these guys up.
Jose Protege currently leading that race, or that run up top. We've got 3 guys that are working together all the way at the back, including FRR, or Mucka FRR, as well as Dan the Man. I'm kind of surprised that he's all the way back there. Mike G2338 lost the draft as well. He's going to try and pick up those back 3 there and try and work together and see if he can get a better result and a better starting spot heading into the 300 miler tonight.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it, and been looking forward to it. And a lot of these guys have been looking forward to it. Celebrating Travis's birthday, and everybody's racing with him, and Travis is racing with them. You see, got some guys diving to the bottom here. They wanted to get to the bottom. Got to mix things up here a little bit. Is that Sharp? Yeah, that's Sharp.
Yep,
and
Sharp.
Bob Drew diving to the bottom down there.
I mean, they might be running in tandem, but you got to think that with the top line working as well as it has been, that's not going to work in the long term, as you see them fall right back in line. And somebody falls down to the bottom line. That's Baseball. No, that's not Baseball Kid. That's WRX Mike. He's going to lead the charge to get by Jose Protege.
Yep, and he's got Baseball Kid right behind him, giving him a good push. And Mike, 88, WRX Mike 88 now, out to the front. And they, those guys, worked it by themselves there on the bottom. Really look strong. These guys got some really strong cars to be able to, to send off that top side that's been hooked up really really well. That just shows the how good those guys are. And now you see everybody kind of saw, hey, those guys made that, put the power to the metal on that bottom, and so they came here to join the party.
Niz Racing NY says, love to see power on that high line. Oops, jinxed it, he says in the next message. Hi, Nizzy, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us in tonight's race, or this afternoon's B race qualifier.
Yep.
As that's WRX Mike 88 leading the pack. And once again, shortly, you'll probably start seeing cars dip below the double yellow line on the backstretch. That's mandatory to indicate that they will be making their way onto pit road.
Yes, just like we saw in the beginning race. And here comes Mike G. Mike G actually now coming down pit road and being the first to pit himself. He's not pitting with a partner, so and it looks like he's going to try a short pit and mix some things up here a little bit. But Mike G now down pit road, so now you're going to start to see guys probably start coming in here in the next couple laps.
Dan the Man MRL leading the group of three at the back. They all dipped down below the yellow line, so they will be coming in this time by.
Yep, here comes some more leaders. A couple leaders jumped down to the bottom here.
Nizzy said that he made it home right at the drop of the green flag, so he was not quite able. Oh, somebody missed the entrance to pit road there.
Oh, look, just like we saw in the beginning. In the beginning, that was Sharp 24. He going in reverse. He threw that bad boy in reverse. So you seeing this?
Yes, I did.
I haven't seen that. He put it in reverse, but just like we saw in the first race, somebody had trouble getting into the pits, kind of blocked it up, and Sharp had to try to get around him, and when he got around him, it missed his pit. It missed the pit lane, so he had to throw that sucker in reverse so he could get down pit lane.
Here come the rest of the leaders. We were riding right along with Warpig, and he stayed right to the outside, and he's going to gain a ton of spots there. So, great job there.
Also.
Yep, he's the current leader coming into the pits of that main group.
I'll try to get, I got GTR Long Live the Sauce, GTR _ LL the Sauce YouTube for the stream.
And it's Jose Protege leading them off pit road.
There we go. So we got, they've completed 13 of 28 laps. So they're making their first pit stop. So they'll have to make another pit stop by the end of this race, just like we saw in Group A, where, it's only a little 28 lap shootout. And with the 3X wear, it makes these guys have to pit that twice and have a little strategy into it. So it throws a little bit of a curveball at them, and we saw that with the Group A guys. As we see this group of three here, with Jose Protege, Baseball Kid, and WRX Mike 88 as their group together.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to dice it up a little bit. Trying to figure out who would be best to lead the group, but it's going to be Jose Protege staying right out front.
Yeah, he is in first. He is showing the leader with Baseball Kid in second, and WRX Mike in third. It's Bob Drew is in fourth. The Sauce is in fifth. Dan the Man in sixth. And Mucka currently in seventh. That's the top seven as we run right now after the first round of pits.
Yeah, seeing Bob Drew run all by himself. Warpig, he's trying to hang on as best as he can. Oh, Bad 5 Martin, unfortunately had a rough pit time because he's way back. But we join the leaders on the front stretch as Jose Protege continues to lead.
Yep, and these guys kind of doing battle a little bit. They had some guys doing some battle. Looks like they have plenty of time, but I think they're about 5 seconds on the next pack. That has It's Bob Drew, the Sauce, and Dan the Man, along with Mucka, coming up. So these guys are going to be grouped together here, the four of them. If they get grouped up in a line, they'll be able to run those top three down because there's only about 5 seconds worth. So they're grouping up now in a four-car line, a four-car train. Bob Drew's staying up high as these guys are going to go underneath, and they got the momentum. So Bob Drew's going to let these guys go on under him right now, and Bob Drew will tag on the tail end.
And don't forget that these guys are also playing different strategies here. I'm pretty sure that not everybody made two-tire pit stops or just took fuel. Some of the guys towards the back probably took 4 tires, and because of that, they're a little bit extra back behind the pack. Some of them probably even accidentally sped coming onto pit road.
Yeah, I'm sure that, and that's what we saw also in the first race was that black flag, that those speeding penalties hurt some guys. I talked to Denkate after that first run, and that was the one thing that killed his race and kept him out of that top 12 was getting a speeding penalty. So getting on and off pit road could make the difference between advancing and not advancing. Of course, with the numbers, all of these guys will advance to the final main event tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it actually made it a little bit easier for me to get the names already down for the main event. So kind of made it a little bit easier for me. So I'm okay with it.
All right, so field coming around to complete yet another lap. Your leader continues to be GTR Jose Protege with WRX Mike 88 in second and Baseball Kid 7899 in third. That is your top three, as WRX Mike took a look down on the inside coming off of turn 2 to make a move on Protege, but didn't quite have the run. Not fully sure if that was an attempt to pass or whether Protege just drifted a little bit too far up the track, and not something that WRX Mike was quite ready to stick with. But they fall back in line. No harm, no foul, no positions changed. These guys continue to try to pull away from that second pack.
Well, these guys in the top three, Jose Protege, Baseball Kid, and WRX Mike 88, all three of them come from the Cobra League, like I said, and the Cobra League was actually Travis's home league. If you have a home, if somehow have a home type of league, that's where he came out of. Travis was in so many leagues. He was in Hammer Down for a while. That's where he won his last race, was in Hammer Down here at Talladega, which is his favorite track. That's why we're here tonight. Mm-hmm. But these guys running his top three, they all have run together with him in Cobra. They have all run together. They know how each other races. They're all really, really good friends. So they know how they're very comfortable with each other. So this isn't their first rodeo as well. It's really going to be exciting when I can hear you guys got these leaders signaling now, Canute, that they're signaling now. But like I said, it's really going to get interesting when you mix these guys in Group B with what we saw in Group A tonight.
That's right. Second group didn't make a signal to come down the pit road, so they'll be staying out another lap. We'll follow our leaders as they come into the... Oh, wait, they made a fake out, I guess.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they didn't even come down the pit road. And they may not have faked the rest of the guys out, but we were definitely faked out.
Yeah, we were, absolutely. I don't know if that was strategy or if they had one guy say, no, I got one more, let's go one more time. But they are losing time to that second pack. It was at 5 seconds. It has now dropped down to 3.2. So that pack with the sauce and looks like Mucka's
Dan
in
the
that.
Man, yep.
Dan the Man. Those guys are catching the leaders. So and they're catching them pretty quick. And they stayed out again, Canute. Those leaders, those top three stayed out one more time.
THC Drip says, not hard for you, Canute. Yeah, I get faked out quite a bit.
Oh, seriously, Canute, you have done a tremendous job in the broadcasting you did, and like I said, I can't thank you enough for being here to do this race and this event tonight. And I did talk to Biker out of the Group A. I don't know if he's messaged you yet, but
Yep,
he said he'd be glad to come up and join you in the booth here at 7 o'clock for the main event.
He did. He and I do I feel we do a great job broadcasting with each other, and I think this will be a great race to broadcast. 300 miles, 113 laps, and I can't wait for him to join me up here in the booth. And
You do, man. You have done, and I told him the same, man, just a few minutes ago when I talked to him. And you guys have always done an excellent job, a professional job, a wonderful job together being in the booth. And it's a real honor and a privilege to have both of you in the booth tonight.
All right, so now it looks like they're making a signal saying that they're going to come down pit road.
Yeah, let's see if they hold true. Let's see if they do. Let's see if they roll with it.
Jose Protege, Baseball Kid, and WRX Mike 88 looking to pull down pit road this time. As Dan the Man and the rest of the group go into the pits, and looks like Bob Drew may have joined them. Oh, no, never mind. Bob Drew stayed out. So GTR Jose Protege leading the second round of pit stops here. And somebody took a splash and go. That was Baseball Kid.
Wow,
And he's not leading by much as they come out of the pits, but yeah, it's definitely him by himself. WRX Mike 88 too. He made a short 2-tire pit stop by the looks of things.
Like we were talking about as far as mistakes and black flags, the sauce had got a black flag. So
No.
that'll drop him back. So the sauce did get a black flag. So he's coming out by
Our
himself.
new leaders. Our new leaders are in the pits now. Mucka, Dan the Man in the pits as well. So those guys will be.
It's Bob Drew pitted with them too. So
Okay.
3 of those guys just came in.
So we'll see where they are at in relation to Baseball Kid and Jose Protege.
And it's Bob Drew got a penalty. Bob Drew also got a black flag, so that's going to drop him back as well. So, I mean, like we were saying several times, and we saw it all day at the Group A guys, and here in Group B, black flags, penalties, and mistakes on pit road is definitely playing a huge factor and making a difference big time.
Okay, so WRX Mike and Baseball Kid come out in front. So Baseball Kid is going to presumably assume the lead.
Yep. He's got WRX Mike right behind him on his tail. And I think that's Mucka coming up behind him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Mucka coming up behind him, trying to get their draft. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I think he's too far back. So right now at this point, it's between Baseball Kid and WRX Mike.
But Mucka also has Dan the Man that's not too far behind him. So if Dan the Man can get up to Mucka and kind of get attached on his draft, then they might be able to run those leaders down, but I'm not sure if they're going to have enough time.
Do you have a lap count for us?
I'll get a lap count this next time by my good friend.
All right.
They're coming around now here. Let's see. I'm still on the sauces. He's coming around off of turn 4 right now, so he's getting ready to come around the tri-oval.
Our leaders are on the back stretch.
Here it comes to the stripe now. So we have 1 lap to go. This is the last lap already. Yeah.
Baseball Kid and WRX Mike. Baseball Kid trying to move around, trying to prevent Mike from getting around. Mike's going to look to the top side, but it's going to be Baseball Kid crossing the stripe first.
Baseball Kid wins the second Group B entry race into the main event. Wow, that went fast, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Mucka FRR. Really Mucka FRR in 3rd. Dan the Man in 4th place.
It's Bob Drew in 5th, and the Sauce and the Sauce and Bad Martin were banging doors going to, or no, that was Sauce and Bob Drew. The Sauce and Bob Drew were beating and banging to the stripe. And man, that was that was funny. Or the Sauce. So it was Baseball Kid in 1st, winning Group B. WRX Mike in 2nd. Mucka in 3rd. Dan the Man 4th. It's Bob Drew in 5th. Jose Protege in 6th. The Sauce in 7th. Bad Martin in 8th. Warpig in 9th. And Mike G in 10th. And then Sharp in 11th.
Good run by these guys, and congratulations to all of them for being able to show up and advance to the Travis Tyson Memorial 300.
That went quick as far as they got around that track pretty fast. Oh man, that went really. That just went by so quick, man. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, there seemed to be a lot more organization during this race than there was during the last one. So we'll see how everything plays out.
Let's see if we can get the Baseball Kid on up here into the booth and talk to him for just a minute. Let's see if we can get on up in here. There he is. All right, so we got the winner of Group B, Baseball Kid. Man, congratulations getting the win here in Group B, man.
Thank you.
So, I mean, tell us, tell us how you were able to do it, man. How'd the race go, and how were you able to pull that race off?
Well, at the beginning of the race, I was asking a few people if they wanted to work together before the race, just to get some alliance going and maybe get up to the front and just hold it there until pit stops. And then one of the guys was actually WRX Mike, and we finished 1-2, so that was pretty good for us.
Yeah, and I mean, you did a great job. Did he was trying to make a move? Did you have to throw the block, or were you just kind of teamed up and knowing that you guys, of course, are locked into the main event tonight at 7, and you just kind of rode it out?
Yeah, he just told me that he was going to ride it out. He wasn't going to try to make a big move or nothing to put our spots in jeopardy, so we just rode to the finish.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. I'm going to let you go, and we will see you back in that lobby at 7 o'clock, and get ready for 300 miles, my friend, because it's going to be a fun, long race at 7 o'clock. So we'll see you then.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations, Baseball Kid. We hope to see you in Victory Lane tonight for the main event as well. And once again, congratulations to all the racers who got into the 300-mile, 113-lap event here at Talladega Superspeedway. Shady, so we have our field set, and we're looking forward to some fantastic racing tonight.
Man, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun. You got such a good mix of drivers from so many different leagues. I mean, you got guys that are representing some very, very prestigious leagues, you know, like FRR, FTR. You got the guys from FTR and FRR, and especially Cobra. All these guys mixed together, man. I can't wait and anxious to see. It's almost. I don't know what we're mixing together here. It could be an explosive mix. I'll tell you that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It really is. I mean, I really want to thank just everybody for being a part of it, and on this special day, and remembering Travis Tyson, our good friend, on his birthday, and and that's what it's about. And like we saw in the first two races, man, guys just out there having fun and racing clean and with respect, and just racing for Travis, and especially Travis racing with all these guys today. And it's just a wonderful. I'm just glad to be a part, and just so glad for the turnout. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and can't wait for everybody to tune in about an hour and 15 minutes at 7 o'clock when we go live for the main event.
Yep, that's right. We will see you all at 7 o'clock Eastern for Shady Acres. I am HDRS Canute 907. We will see you live right here, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Travis Tyson Memorial 300.